Stepping down from the sacred mountain, Lin Feng and Zhao Lan began their journey, unaware of the silent guardian following close behind. Yu Hui, ever watchful, shadowed their every move, his sole purpose to protect them from the dangers that lay ahead. Their destination was Mist City, a bustling hub of trade and secrets. As they entered its gates, whispers filled the air like a chilling fog. Rumors of the legendary Bloodblade, a weapon of immense power, were on everyone's lips, drawing treasure hunters and assassins from every corner of the land. They found lodging at a crowded inn, the air thick with the smell of rice wine and grilled meat. But even here there was no peace. Across the room, a group of shadowy figures watched Lin Feng with predatory eyes, their intentions masked by the dim lantern light. Sensing the growing tension, Lin Feng turned to Xiaolan, his voice low. "Tell me more about Jing sect," he urged. "Why are they so desperate to find this map?" Xiaolan leaned in, her expression grave. "It's not just Jing sect, Lin Feng. The demon cult is also after it. They believe the map leads to the Bloodblade, and with it, they could plunge the world into darkness." As she spoke, Yu Hui, hidden on a nearby rooftop, spotted the glint of steel in the moonlight. Assassins. They were closing in. He signaled a warning, but it was too late. The figures in the inn made their move. The chase was on. They darted through the labyrinthine alleys of Mist City, the sounds of pursuit echoing off the stone walls. In the chaos, they stumbled upon a group of city guards harassing an old merchant, trying to extort money from him. Without a second thought, Lin Feng intervened, his sense of justice overriding his need to escape. He dispatched the guards with swift, non-lethal strikes, earning a grateful nod from the merchant. Just as the coast seemed clear, a new figure emerged from the shadows. A woman dressed entirely in black, her movements as fluid and silent as a phantom. Her face was partially obscured by a veil, but her eyes, sharp and intelligent, were fixed on Lin Feng. "Who are you?" Lin Feng demanded, his hand resting on the hilt of his sword. "You can call me by Ying," she replied, her voice smooth and calm. She studied him with an unnerving curiosity, as if she knew more about him than he knew himself. An idea sparked in Lin Feng's mind. "You seem to know this city. Can you guide us to the old Lin Manor? To the ruins?" Bai Ying's eyes narrowed for a moment, then she gave a slight nod. With their new, mysterious guide. The group slipped out of the city gates and headed toward the place where Lin Feng's life had been shattered. The ruins of the Lin Manor stood like a skeletal silhouette against the darkening sky. A cold, heavy silence hung over the desolate grounds, each broken stone and charred beam a testament to the brutal massacre of his clan. A wave of grief and rage washed over Lin Feng as he walked through the ghosts of his past. Xiaolan, meanwhile, was carefully examining the area near the main hall. "Lin Feng, over here," she called out. Her sharp eyes had spotted a faint outline on the floor, hidden beneath a layer of dust and rubble. It was a hidden door, a secret basement. Together they heaved the heavy stone slab open, revealing a dark, musty staircase leading down into the earth. As they descended, a sudden click echoed in the darkness. The walls sprang to life, firing a volley of poison-tipped arrows directly at them. Reacting on pure instinct, Lin Feng unleashed a new sword form, a whirlwind of steel that deflected every single arrow, creating a protective barrier around them. Once the trap was spent, they found themselves in a small stone chamber. In the center sat a single chest, bound not by locks, but by a pulsating crimson seal of blood spell. "I can break this," Bai Ying said, stepping forward. Her fingers danced through a series of intricate hand signs, and with a final touch, the blood seal dissolved into a wisp of red smoke. Lin Feng opened the chest. There, nestled on a bed of faded silk, was the missing piece of the map. The fragment his family had died to protect. But their moment of triumph was short-lived. The ground began to tremble violently. The basement was collapsing. At the same time, the dark figures of demon cult assassins swarmed down the staircase, their blades hungry for blood. A fierce battle erupted in the crumbling chamber. Bai Ying moved with breathtaking speed and precision, her daggers a blur as she cut down one foe after another. Her skill was far beyond that of an ordinary guide. But the assassins were relentless. Led by the cult's formidable vice leader, In the chaos, the vice leader saw an opening and lunged at Lin Feng. A searing pain shot through Lin Feng's side as a poison blade struck him. He staggered, a fatal follow-up blow already descending upon him. Suddenly a figure crashed through the chaos. It was Yu Hui. He parried the strike just in time, saving Lin Feng's life. Seeing her friends in peril, Xiao Lan chanted a desperate incantation, and a shimmering barrier of light erupted around them, momentarily pushing the assassins back. "We have to go," she yelled, using the precious seconds the barrier had bought them. The group scrambled out of the collapsing ruins, leaving the frustrated assassins behind in a cloud of dust and debris. Miles away, the vice leader knelt before his master. "Crimson Rain," he reported, his voice shaking. "We have failed." They escaped with the map fragment. The air grew cold. Crimson Rain's rage was a palpable force. "Find them," she hissed, her voice dripping with venom. "I want every follower, every spy, every asset we have. Begin a full-scale manhunt. I want Lin Feng's head and I want that map." Lin Feng woke to the gentle touch of a cool cloth on his forehead. His vision was blurry, but he could make out the silhouette of Bai Ying tending to his wound. "You're awake," she said softly. She finished dressing the wound, her movements efficient and practiced. "Listen to me, Lin Feng. You can't trust anyone on this journey. Not Xiao Lan. Not the man who saved you. Not even me." Her warning hung in the air, a seed of doubt planted in his mind. Later, Yu pulled Lin Feng aside, his gaze fixed on Bai Ying across their small camp. "Be careful of that woman," he warned in a low voice. "Her skills are not normal. She is hiding something." Torn between suspicion and gratitude, Lin Feng knew he had no choice but to press on. He took out the two map fragments. As he brought them together, the ancient markings glowed and aligned, forming a complete picture. Dotted lines and symbols swirled together, finally pointing to a single ominous location: Seal Mountain. The path was now clear. The completed map held the key to the Bloodblade's resting place. With newfound determination, despite the dangers that surrounded them and the mistrust that divided them, they set their course for Seal Mountain. The final confrontation was drawing near. Thank you for watching this episode. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss what happens next. See you in the next video.